Hello, hello. My name is Kenneth Berenson. If you've been here already, welcome back. As you know, we channel here. We mostly channel Jeshua, Gaia, or the Ascended Masters. They are teaching me. Let's just call it for what it is. They're guiding me to ascend, and they are guiding me to correct whatever I need to correct in order to harmonize my energy so that I can ascend. And so that is a wonderful opportunity for you, because if you are interested in the same thing, you can join us in the community and join with these 28-day consciousness shift programs. They are very unique, one of a kind way to just one video a day. It's actually audio, but it is in a video format. One of that a day, and that will guide you and guide your perception shift so that you shift perspective more into what we call the holistic perspective. The holistic perspective is nothing more than an aligned knower. We call it the knower because it's sort of like the ego corrected. That's sort of what it is. It's you adhering to the truth of energy, knowing how this, how your energy interacts with your environment, so that you can truly live your life. And that is something that many beings don't even know what is. That's why it's almost miraculous when things are going exactly according to plan for many, because they are so used to their thoughts being so distorted that things just happen around them. That, oh, it's just this, or it's just that, and they have explanations for everything as if it's normal. Life is meant to be really good for you. Life is meant to propel you forward in your excitement, in your quest to explore more. If you don't feel excited, something has to change. Or it should send alarm bells if something is not exciting for you. If something in your life that you're doing that you're not truly excited about. That is something to look at, actually. What are you spending your days on? Are you just entertaining thoughts with YouTube? Are you creating content? Are you eating? How much are you eating? Do you snack? Like, all of these things matter. Everything matter. Not that it's anything wrong with you or me or anyone for that matter. It's just that people have been accustomed to their way of being and what they got taught things were here. That's all what this is. It's just people trying to make sense of things. And then you have many that are sort of knowing what's best for you. Now with this marketing world, that's sort of like the new religion in a way. It's like that's what people listen to. You know? This whole YouTube, it's filled with marketing that is so sophisticated now that people are getting trained what to say, when to say it, so that the video has a certain format and a certain structure that is what? Adhering to the ego. That's what it is. And we get it. We get that when the majority of people are still asleep, how can you wake them up? You know, and some people are not even asleep, but they're just struggling and they don't know exactly how to get out of it. If that's you, definitely there's some important things for you to know to get to correct course. And then once and the whole thing, we want to just be clear, what we are helping you with is not to follow our religion. There are so many different ways that people interpret spirituality, and that will be the same different as there are people, because everyone will have their own unique expression of that. And that's what we want to emphasize, that this program, this Ascension program, will take you to your version of that embodiment. That is what A Course in Miracles have done for many. The ones that actually studied and that it really resonated with. They stuck with it. And they turn in to be writers and authors and everything. That is what this is about. It is about the correction of the human psyche so that you are seeing correctly. And if you don't, and you have voices in your mind or things that you sort of feel like you have to fire extinguish, or just that you want to get to that next level, or maybe you're procrastinating. Maybe you're procrastinating. Maybe you are, like, how do I shut this mind off? Like, there are so many things that you can get into in the dualistic perspective, and what we want to share with you is that all of them are just a habit. Let that sink in, what we're actually saying. Everything that you do with your human body is a habit. And many beings think that everything is about the thoughts. Whatever you think, so it will be. It is not completely true, but that is one level of consciousness. Another level is actually taking action. It's another muscle, it needs something different. It needs more oomph, it needs more physical. Every one of you needs slightly different things to correct course. So that is the reason for these Gaia sessions. These Gaia sessions are these guideposts that you can find. And the thing is, once your body gets into this, your body will be drawn exactly which remedy you need at any given time to get back into alignment. That is how it works. That is what these frequencies are. They are usually this body out of alignment, either because of someone and some, either it could be a client situation, but that doesn't mean, it just means that we are processing what the guides are showing us about that, and they're injecting that into it, right? And sometimes it's us being out of alignment, please help. And then Jesus starts to, and then we correct course. And then it's usually full opening of clear energy again, and then we're back online. And then we can continue. And of course, it's important that we have less of those hiccups, because that means that you can really move fast in frequency. And so this game is about truly learning how to ascend your human body up in frequency. And we are guiding Kenneth every step along the way. And whoever wants to tag along, there is a link in the description. It is optional to partake and to join in with these 28-day shifts. You also have A Course in Miracles, which will have the same. It is supportive of this. This derives from A Course in Miracles. It is the same consciousness, right? It supports one another. And the more you align, just like, have you seen these videos where you have two tuning forks? One is still, the other one is vibrating, and then you take the still one and you move it closer to the one that's vibrating, and then they start to vibrate at the same frequency. That's sort of what it is. That is sort of what they're doing with me to translate into these videos. And so it takes some maneuvering, it takes some learning some new things. It is very different. I've been now in both psychologies. I know the dualistic perspective, and I also know this perspective. And so I'm practicing more and more this perspective, the holistic perspective, as they're teaching in the Ascension program, just like what our students are also doing inside. They're practicing the same thing. All it takes, this is something that you can do anywhere, regardless of what you're doing really. Adding one of these every single day will enhance your comprehension of whatever else that you have going on in your life. It is an energy alignment tool to make sure that you are aligned with your own stream of consciousness, so that you're not listening to other out there, the mirror, because you're here to embody your light. You're not here to copy someone else. You're not here to be like everyone else. You're here to be you. And that means you get to create here. Forget about how it's meant to be. How do I do it? And have fun with it. Enjoy your life. All these YouTube things, like, it's such a wonderful time of creation. Like, we can create so much, but the most important thing is, well, you have to ingrain some new habits in order to step into a new life. Regardless of what it is. If it's making a YouTube video every single day, there are new habits, getting comfortable, the body grows through things. There are so many different things that happens when you decide to take a leap in consciousness. A leap in consciousness mirrors taking a step towards your dreams, by the way. Those go hand in hand. They might not seem like that in the beginning, because many have been so overly trained in the dualistic mind, in the dualistic ways, that it takes a while for sort of like everything just to sort of settle in. And that is after you have cleared all the trauma and kind of got into some rest. They usually go hand in hand, those things. And it's also not a Gaia knows, Gaia, your body is part of Gaia. Gaia knows this process and what you need. But your body will give you nudges. And if you ignore those nudges, it's like you're saying, I know better, Gaia. You don't. That's arrogance. You don't know better than Gaia. You need Gaia to tell you what's up. We're trying something, some new fruits. I don't even remember what this was, but it says A. I'm so grateful to be here. This natural place here, it really helps the channeling so much. We are really grateful. Today we got water for the first time in the RV. We were like filling water for maybe an hour or something. So we are learning how it is to be an RVer. We really enjoy it, actually. We really enjoy it. We realized today that this, because it was empty, right? So this sink thing has an engine, and that engine had a really nice sound. Everything felt like it was working, and then when it was empty, it made this like kind of sound, and now it's vibrating. Even after it's full, it's vibrating. So I'm like, it's those things, like those things. It's either going to fix itself. This is what we're saying. It's either going to fix itself, or it's going to be a really good learning experience. And that's what it is. Every step that you take towards something new, there is a new learning. Just the same as this was a step. This is a step. It doesn't seem like a big step, but it's still a step. You have to learn how to fill up water. That's a step in consciousness also. And we didn't know what that sound was. And we didn't know that was we felt like it didn't feel good to keep it on, but we didn't know better. And this is exactly the same of everyone that's in the dualistic perspective. No matter how fucked up they might be, or they might seem, they still just have a perspective. And that perspective is what's being filtered. When you correct the perspective, when you correct the lens of what this is, you start to align more and more to this natural flow of energy. And this natural flow of energy is actually, it's more closely related to what a tree does. Like when a tree just receives energy and enough water, it just shoots up, right? That shooting up is consciousness. It's consciousness. It's the masculine, just the penetrative force into a reality, wanting to be here,